Windows 98 was released almost 24 years ago, and back then, most websites were very simple and primitive, and with hardly any security or protection. A lot has changed since then, of course, and some modern websites are hard to run on hardware that is less than 8 years old. The built-in Internet Explorer web browser in Windows 98 can only load simple websites such as CNN.com or MSN.com. So you can imagine that machines running software as old as 98 have become completely obsolete for web browsing. But today, that is all gonna change. I'm going to be showing you a complete process of recording, creating, and uploading a YouTube video, and I'm going to do it all on Windows 98. I will show you all the steps I had to make to achieve this goal in the video, so you guys don't have any doubts in this actually working. And I also wanted to say that this video took me ages to film and record because there were so many steps I had to take and so many fixes I had to make to this. So I would really appreciate it if you guys left a like or subscribed. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video. So before we start with the video, we're gonna need to download and explain a couple of things, so let's head over to my browser. So the first thing I have pulled up over here is a video called Uploading a Video from Windows 98 Without Browse Service. Browse Service is basically a service that will let you access the internet on older operating systems with using a Raspberry Pi. But yeah, this method doesn't use Browse Service, it just lets you install a higher version of Firefox onto Windows 98, which is actually compatible with YouTube and other things. So to accomplish that, this guy uses a program called Kernel X, and Kernel X is basically a program that will let you install any app from Windows ME, Windows 2000 or Windows XP onto Windows 9X versions. So yeah, that is very useful, but he also does do a couple of workarounds which I could never do on my own. So yeah, a massive shout out to Aperture Sketch over here, go subscribe to him. And he also does provide a Mediafire link under his video, which will give you all the tools you'll need in one zip file. The next thing we're gonna need is a software to edit the thumbnail with, and I chose Adobe Photoshop CS2. I have actually worked in Photoshop CS2 for a bit while Adobe was offering it for free, and CS2 isn't actually able to run on Windows 98 by default, but I hope with the use of Kernel X I will get it to work. And if not, I'll just downgrade to a lower version. Next thing we'll need is a video editing software, and I chose an absolute classic over here, which is Windows Movie Maker version 1. Now a lot of you guys are probably screaming, why didn't I use Adobe Premiere? And the sole reason is I have never worked in Premiere and I don't even know how it works. And the older versions do look pretty complicated and have a lot of options that I just don't need for a simple video. I edit all my videos on Wondershare Filmora, which is also a pretty simple video editor. So yeah, I'm just gonna use Windows Movie Maker because it's much more simple and it also has a lot of nostalgia. And I won't actually be cheating, I'll also be screen recording directly on Windows 98, and for that I'll be using Quick Screen Recorder 1.5. I just thought recording in OBS would be cheating and it would also give you a way too high of a resolution for Windows 98. I've only seen pictures of this software, so we'll see how it works after we install it. And the last thing we'll need is Audacity to record our audio, because I'm not sure if this simple screen recorder can record audio. So I'll just use Audacity and we can scroll down and you can see that they still offer versions for Windows 98 on their website. And yeah, and I'll just download all these items and move them to the virtual machine, and then I'll be right back. And now we have all the files that we needed copied over to the virtual machine. So now I'll just do a little time lapse of me installing all the programs, and I'll mess around with the Aperture Sketches method in order to get a web browser working. And yeah, Photoshop CS2 won't actually install without Kernel X, so it's good that we know that. We'll see if it does after we install this. And now I'm also pretty sure that Movie Maker won't work without Kernel X, but we can try it out anyway. And we actually get an error, a required DLL file not found, which is interesting. But yeah, let's just do the Kernel X installation and then we'll mess around with these two. So now I'll just follow Aperture Sketches tutorial, so I won't be recording anything. But if you also want to use this method, just go follow the tutorial on his channel. And at this point I encountered my first issue, and it basically turns out that the Kernel X installer is broken. So basically the installer would just hang while trying to connect to the server in order to download Microsoft Unicode, and that is because Microsoft removed the download link from their website, so you need to download the Unicode manually, which I'll show you how to do. So yeah, the kernel X installer just wouldn't work in Windows 98, so I googled it and it turns out that it no longer works because Microsoft removed the download for the little Unicode. So all we need to do is download that manually. It should be on this link, and yep, that is downloaded now. So now we need to move that to the VM. So let's minimize it and move this onto the VM. So now hopefully we'll be able to continue. So let's just launch this, click yes. For the location, we need to put it in the system folder. So we should go over to C, Windows, and then System, and we should click OK. And now that should be installed, so let's try running kernel X once again. And there we go, that just worked. And it is installed, so yeah, now we can hopefully continue with the process. And after quite a while, I finally got Firefox to work, so I did follow the tutorial and everything worked fine, but Firefox wouldn't launch. You basically just got the error that you are performing an illegal operation and it wouldn't load. So then I went back to the core file that you need to edit in the kernel X folder, and I noticed that instead of a comma, I put in a dot. And yeah, that was the only thing messing with it, so you just need to follow the tutorial really carefully. But yeah, if you do everything correctly, you should get to this screen, and we should click don't import anything, click next, and we should finally have the Nightly web browser working. And I will click use Nightly as my web browser. And yeah, now you should basically be able to do everything normally, because this browser is quite up to date. Just need to click I agree. There we go. Remind me later. And yeah, it is very slow, but eventually youtube.com should load. And now I'll also go do the thing that you need to do to actually sign in, because by default you can sign in with your Google account, but there is a way to overcome that, so I'll just go do that right now. Again, all of these steps are shown in the video, as I said. So yeah, now I'm done with the fix. I've managed to log into my Gmail account. But yeah, now I'm also going to try to install Movie Maker and Photoshop CS2. So now let's go into the properties of Photoshop CS2. Go over to kernel X, and I will do the same thing. So I'll just do Windows XP Service Pack 3, click apply, and then OK, and then I'll try to install it. So this still doesn't work, as you can see. Maybe if we do something else over here. Let's do Windows 2000 Service Pack 4, let's try that out. Okay, so that didn't work either, so I'll just use a lower version of Photoshop. And I just fixed the Movie Maker problem. I basically just had the wrong file, and as you can see, now it launches just fine. But we do not have the correct audio, just because I didn't install the audio driver for this. So I'll just do that right now real quick. There you go, so we have just installed that, so I'll just restart later. And here we go, after about 1.5 hours, we finally got everything set up that we'll need. I ended up going with Adobe Photoshop version 7 because I could install that natively without any exploits, and yeah, it should be just fine for the thumbnail. So yeah, now we're pretty much ready to start shooting the video, and what I'm thinking of doing is just a normal tutorial style video that I usually do, but I'm going to showcase an emulator for Windows 98. I think that will be pretty cool because that is the type of video that I usually do, so why not do that on Windows 98? So here is an old website I found for Nestor J. So yeah, we'll be using this website, and then let's see if Edge emulation is accessible by this browser. And yes, it looks normal, it works normally, so we'll use that. And I believe that's pretty much it, so I'll just minimize this. Okay, so now we will need to set up the quick screen recorder. I am not even familiar with how this works. Show cursor, that's fine. We have settings, we need to select full screen. Okay, so now I'm supposed to be recording. I just clicked the big red button over here. So now I'll just stop that, and it does ask us where to save, so I'll just select my desktop. Okay, now it opened the file in Windows Media Player, and you can see that it works absolutely fine. Okay, let's see the sound settings. Oh, so we do have a record audio option, which is great. Default input device, volume, we have the volume option, that's fine. And let's see if my microphone is recognized right now. So now I should be talking something in the video. And I don't know if you guys heard that, but that works. Yep, that 100% worked. So we won't actually need Audacity, we can record sound from this, which is amazing. And yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to record. So now I'll just stop my OBS recording and I'll record this video, then I'll play it back for you later. And then I will start the editing process and later I will make the thumbnail. So yeah, I'll be right back when I record this video. Okay, so I tried to record once and quick screen recorder just crashed, so let's try again, I guess. Okay, and I finally finished with the recording of the video. That was a bit tedious because this program kept crashing, but I guess I did set it to a very high resolution of recording, so that is probably why. Okay, so now we are pretty much ready to start with the editing, so let's open up Windows Movie Maker, and here is the famous interface. So now we need to import all the files, so we'll click New, and then we should have Quick Screen Recorder, there it is, and now we need to import all these clips, so I'll just hit Open. This file cannot be imported, so that failed horribly. I don't know why that couldn't be imported. Yeah, so what I didn't actually remember is that Movie Maker 1.0 probably won't be able to take 1080p video. This is taking way more effort than I thought it would. So after like an hour of searching, I finally found an app that will open the video file that I created. So this program is called ABC Video Roll and it is some sort of vintage video editor. So yeah, I'm just gonna be using this instead of Movie Maker, and also once I place the clips in here, just listen to the audio. Hello guys, Game Boy Hub here, and in today's video. So yeah, for some reason I sound like an alien that is underwater, but honestly at this point I don't really care. I'm just gonna continue with this, cut the video up, export it hopefully, and then we'll hopefully have a finished video. And the video has now been rendered, so let's go check it out. And here we have the video, so let's open it up. Well, that's not good. Why is it so low resolution? It's not even the resolution, it's sort of like blurry. Oh no, that's not gonna work. And yeah, at this point I figured out that the video I exported looked like that, which was definitely not ideal. So I tried exporting it in many other resolutions and file types, but none of them would work. So yeah, I'm sorry that the video looks like that, but I just couldn't find a video editor for Windows 98 that would open up 1080p footage, and I just couldn't be bothered to re-record everything, so yeah, I just stuck with it. So yeah, now let's move on to the last step, which is creating the thumbnail. So for the thumbnail, I'm gonna need a couple of pictures, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open Firefox. Okay, so I just got 2 images and then I'll use some effects in Photoshop as well. So let's launch Photoshop 7. Okay, there we go. So we've successfully opened the image, so JPEG and PNG images do work with this program. So yeah, I'll just start making the thumbnail now, and I'll be back when it's made. And the most beautiful thumbnail in the world is finally done. Comic Sans of course had to be used since the option was there, and yeah, I'm very satisfied with that. So let's just click File, Save, and we need to save it as a JPEG. We also need to resize the entire image first, so we might have to do that. Sure, we'll do 1280 by 800, and there we go, the image has been resized. So now I'll just go File, Save As, and I will save it as the Photoshop document just in case we need to export it once again later in a different size, and then I will save it as a JPEG, like so. And here is the JPEG, and here is my thumbnail. So I think we are finally ready to upload the video now. So let's go over to Firefox and see if this will even be possible. So we need to go to youtube.com first. And I'm not going to be logging in with my main Game Boy Hub account. I'm going to be logging in with another YouTube account I've got, and I'll post the video as unlisted, and then I'll post the link to the video in the description. I just don't want to be signing into my main account on this browser. I'm pretty sure it's safe, but yeah, I just don't want to risk it. So let's go into the sign in option. Okay, and we need to type in our email, so I'll just blur this out right now. Now it's asking me to confirm my login on my phone, so I'll do that real quick. And if you're asking, no, Google doesn't recognize that I'm signing in from Windows 98, it just says PC computer. And now I should be in my YouTube account if I'm not wrong. And yes, we are in. We have actually signed into YouTube on Windows 98. Wow. Okay, now we need to go over to my channel. Okay, that then loads, so let's just click on the upload button. Connecting. Come on, man, you can do it. No, I don't want to upgrade my browser. Just open up YouTube Studio. Come on, YouTube Studio, I believe in you. Oh my god, yes, we got it. Okay, is it loaded? No, not yet. We'll let it load. Okay, we can now click choose a file. And it's so funny when you click this and this small Windows 98 window opens. Looks so wrong. Now we need to select our video, which is just this one. Click open. And YouTube does actually take this file type, which is amazing, and we are into this video. And you can really see how broken all of the fonts are. So let's title it, "This video was uploaded from Windows 98. There we go. And for the description, I'm just gonna put a little smiley face. Okay, now we need to choose a thumbnail. Let's see if that works. And I don't know which one is it. Let me just check real quick which one is that. Remake by Brian Matt. I think that is the one. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's click this again, and I think it's this one. Let's see if it loads up. Let's hope it does. Just gonna scroll down. We need to click that it's not for kids. Yes, the thumbnail actually worked. Okay, great. Okay, let's click continue. None of this, just continue. And we're gonna do unlisted, like so. And we're gonna click save. And now let's hope that it actually uploads. And there we go. The video has been uploaded. Wow, that's honestly unbelievable. We actually uploaded a YouTube video from Windows 98. Not only uploaded, we fully created this video on Windows 98 without help of any other modern machines. We did get all the programs from modern machines, but I'm pretty sure it's impossible without that. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch this. So I'll just open a new tab. And there you go, it is fully working. So let's try to put it in full screen. And yeah, I am aware you can't actually see anything in the video because the video quality is so bad. But whatever, the challenge was accomplished, which was to create and upload a video on Windows 98. And here is the video in full screen, and as you can see, yeah, you pretty much can't see anything. And I have just checked on YouTube Studio on my phone, and this video is fully uploaded. So if you want to check it out, there will be a link in the description so you can watch it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This one took ages to record. It almost took me a whole day, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna take at least a day to edit because I have more than 3 hours of raw footage. So yeah, I'm sorry for the recent lack of uploads. I wasn't really uploading every week. That is just because I had a lot of school stuff, but yeah, now I'm pretty much done with everything. And there is also spring break coming up in a few days, so I'll definitely be uploading more. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Also, please check out my Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video.